Once upon a time, in a cozy little village named Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and shimmering lakes, there lived a curious girl named Lila. Lila had big, bright eyes that sparkled with wonder and a heart full of dreams. She loved exploring the woods behind her home, where the trees whispered secrets and the flowers danced in the gentle breeze. But above all, Lila had a special treasure, a tiny snow globe that her grandmother had given her. The snow globe was unlike any other. It was a delicate glass sphere, smaller than Lila's hand, and inside was a miniature world of twinkling stars and soft snowflakes. When Lila shook the globe, the snowflakes swirled and twirled, sparkling in the light like diamonds. It was a magical thing, and Lila often found herself lost in its beauty. One rainy afternoon, as Lila sat by her window, watching the raindrops race down the glass, she noticed something unusual. A tiny raindrop, shimmering like a gem, caught her eye. As it slid down the pane, it seemed to sparkle more brightly than the others. Suddenly, Lila had an idea. She rushed to her snow globe and held it up, imagining how wonderful it would be if she could step inside its enchanting world. "I wish I could visit you," Lila whispered to the snow globe, her voice barely above a breath. To her amazement, the tiny raindrop began to glow, bathing the room in a soft light. Lila blinked in disbelief as the snow globe sparkled even brighter, and the snowflakes within began to swirl wildly. Before she could fully grasp what was happening, Lila felt a gentle pull, as if the snow globe was inviting her in. With a final glimmer, the raindrop transformed into a delicate magic wand, shimmering with colors that danced like the northern lights. "Whoa!" Lila exclaimed, her heart racing with excitement. She took the wand in her hand, feeling its warmth spread through her fingers. The tiny raindrop had granted her wish. With a deep breath and a twinkle of determination in her eyes, Lila touched the wand to the snow globe. Instantly, the world around her shifted. She felt a soft whoosh, like a gentle breeze wrapping around her, and in a blink, she found herself standing in a winter wonderland, surrounded by sparkling puddles that reflected the sky. Lila looked around in awe. The snowflakes were no longer just glass but real, fluffy snowflakes that floated softly around her. The ground was covered in a thick layer of snow, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and sweetness. She took a step forward, crunching the snow beneath her feet, and noticed that the puddles glimmered like mirrors, showing her reflections of the shimmering landscape. "Hello!" A cheerful voice rang out, breaking the stillness of the snowy world. Lila turned to see a little snowman with a button nose and a scarf that fluttered in the chilly breeze. "Hi there," Lila replied, her heart swelling with joy.
I'm Lila.
"This place is amazing. I'm Frosty," the snowman introduced himself with a big, friendly smile. "Welcome to the land of sparkles. It's not every day we have visitors from outside our globe." "Land of sparkles?" Lila echoed, her eyes wide with curiosity. "What makes it so magical?" Frosty waved his tiny twig arms. "Oh, everything. Look around you. The snow glows, the puddles sparkle, and every time it snows, the whole land gets a fresh coat of magic. But beware, if the magic wand you hold gets too warm, it means trouble is coming." Lila glanced at the magic wand, feeling its gentle warmth. "What kind of trouble?" she asked, her adventurous spirit nudging her to explore further. Frosty's smile faded just a little. "Well, there's an old legend about a mischievous spirit named Frostbite. He loves to steal the sparkle from the land, and if he's not stopped, everything will lose its magic forever." Determined to protect this beautiful world, Lila clutched the magic wand tighter. "What can we do to stop him?" she asked, her voice steadied. Frosty's eyes sparkled with hope. "We must find the crystal of light. It's hidden deep in the forest of whispers. Only its glow can chase Frostbite away. Are you ready for an adventure?" Lila nodded enthusiastically. "Absolutely. Let's go." With that, Lila and Frosty set off, leaving the glimmering puddles behind. The snow crunched beneath their feet as they ventured deeper into the magical forest. Towering trees surrounded them, their branches heavy with snow. The air was filled with the soft sound of the wind whispering secrets, and the occasional chirp of a bird. As they walked, Lila noticed how the light danced among the trees, creating patterns that seemed to lead them deeper into the heart of the forest. They encountered sparkling icicles hanging from branches, glistening like chandeliers in a grand hall. Suddenly, they came across a shimmering stream, its waters flowing like liquid silver. Lila gasped in delight. "It's beautiful. How do we cross?" Frosty thought for a moment and then said, "We can use the magic wand. Just wave it over the stream and say, 'Sparkle Bridge.'" Lila held up the wand and, with a sprinkle of excitement, she shouted, "Sparkle Bridge." Instantly, the wand glowed brightly, and a magnificent bridge of sparkling ice formed, arching gracefully over the stream. "Let's go." Lila cheered, and they carefully made their way across the bridge, marveling at the way the light danced beneath their feet. Once they reached the other side, they continued deeper into the forest, encountering playful snowflakes that twirled around them like tiny dancers. Lila laughed, her heart swelling with joy. She felt as if she were part of a wondrous dream. However, as they ventured further, the air grew colder, and the warmth of the wand began to increase. Lila glanced at Frosty, who looked concerned. "We must hurry. Frostbite is near." They quickened their pace, the sound of their laughter echoing through the trees. Finally, they reached a clearing, and in the center stood a magnificent crystal, glowing with a brilliant light that illuminated the entire area. "There it is," Frosty exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "The crystal of light." Just as Lila stepped forward to grasp the crystal, a chilling gust of wind swept through the clearing, and a shadow fell over them. A tall figure with frosty blue skin and piercing eyes appeared, surrounded by swirling snow. It was Frostbite, the mischievous spirit. "Who dares to disturb my domain?" he thundered, his voice echoing like ice cracking. "You think you can take the crystal of light? You're mistaken." Lila felt a shiver run down her spine, but she stood her ground. "We're here to protect this land. You can't take the magic away." Frostbite laughed, a sound as cold as the winter wind. "You're just a little girl and a snowman. You think you can stop me?" With a flick of his wrist, he summoned a whirlwind of snowflakes that swirled around them, obscuring their view. Lila clutched the magic wand tightly, feeling its warmth grow stronger. She knew they had to act quickly. "Frosty, we need to work together," Lila shouted over the howling wind. "We can use the crystal of light to defeat him." Frosty nodded, his resolve solidifying. "On the count of 3, we'll aim the wand at the crystal and shout 'Illuminate.'" "Okay." Lila agreed, her heart pounding. 1, 2, 3. They both pointed the wand toward the crystal and shouted, "Illuminate." The wand burst with brilliant light, shooting a beam directly at the crystal of light. The crystal responded, glowing brighter and brighter until the light enveloped them, pushing back the swirling snow. Frostbite staggered back, his icy demeanor faltering. "No." "What is this power?" he shouted, panic evident in his voice. As the light grew, it wrapped around Lila and Frosty, filling them with warmth and courage. The magic of the wand surged through them, fueling their determination. "Let's banish the darkness," Lila cried, her voice steady. They focused their energy, and the beam of light intensified, striking Frostbite directly. "No," he howled, the darkness around him dissipating like mist in the sun. The swirling snowflakes began to retreat, and with a final burst of light, Frostbite vanished, leaving behind only a shimmer of frost that quickly melted away. As silence fell over the clearing, Lila and Frosty exchanged relieved glances. The crystal of light pulsed gently, its glow radiating warmth and beauty throughout the forest. The magic was safe once more. "We did it!" Lila cheered, jumping with joy. "We saved the land of sparkles." Frosty beamed with pride. "You're truly a brave girl, Lila. The magic of this land will always remember you." With their hearts full of joy, they approached the crystal of light, which began to glow even brighter. Lila felt a gentle tug as the crystal emitted a soft beam that enveloped her, and she understood that it was time for her to return home. "Will I ever see you again?" Lila asked, a hint of sadness in her voice. "Whenever you look at your snow globe, Remember that the magic will always be with you," Frosty replied, his smile warm and comforting. "And whenever it snows, it's a sign that the magic is alive." Lila nodded, feeling grateful for her adventure and her newfound friend. "Thank you, Frosty. I promise to always keep the magic alive." With a final wave, Lila closed her eyes, and in an instant, she was back in her room, the snow globe shimmering on her desk. She could hardly believe what had just happened. From that day on, whenever it snowed, Lila would shake her snow globe and remember her adventure in the land of sparkles. The tiny raindrop that had turned into a magic wand became a symbol of her courage and imagination. And every time she saw sparkling puddles in the rain, she would smile, knowing that magic was always just a wish away. Lila continued to explore the woods, sharing stories of her adventures with her friends, inspiring them to dream big and believe in the magic that surrounded them. She knew that the world was full of wonders, waiting to be discovered, and she couldn't wait for her next adventure. And so, the magic of the tiny snow globe lived on in Lila's heart, lighting up her imagination and reminding her that anything is possible if you dare to believe.